Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm going to do something a little bit different today and just talk about the three iKON songs that have come out recently. And there are a few reasons for this, but it's mostly because I didn't have time to review the first one when it came out, and I don't have time to review 3 full music videos today, but I still want to give you guys my thoughts about it because a lot of people have been asking. And another reason is because YG is being super random with what they're blocking and allowing on YouTube. For example, I think there were 2 songs from the Made series that were totally blocked, everything got shut down, but all of the rest of them were totally allowed. And those songs are all coming from the same group, on the same album, on the same record label, so I don't really know what that's all about. And I do think it really does hurt these groups and these companies when they choose to block things, because it's shutting down a lot of free publicity for them, and it's actually also shutting down a free new revenue stream for them. So they're kind of turning away free publicity and free revenue, but hey, it's their intellectual property, it's their music, they have the right to do whatever they want with it, and I just try to respect that. So I am going to talk about these 3 songs, but I'm not going to do the usual watch through with you guys because it may get blocked, and I know that's no fun for anybody. And if I do it this way, nothing will happen to my video, and then hopefully it will make more sense. So anyway, the first song we've got here is My Type. It's definitely like a really sleepy, kind of relaxed, low intensity song. I'm not really sure what you would call it. Is it like a rap ballad, or is it like your day off rap where you don't really feel like going hard, you get to sleep in late, and you don't really have to do anything, and you're just in that like relaxed, chill state of mind? That's kind of the impression I get from this song. I'm not really a fan of that type of song or intensity level, but I definitely think beyond just me feeling that way about it, the song itself didn't have a whole lot of interest in it. It just didn't really hold my attention or show me what this group is capable of, which is probably something you want to do in a debut type of song. And one thing I found totally ridiculous were the gun loading and shooting sound effects within the song. If you listen to the song, you look at the music video, you hear how they're delivering all the raps and vocals, it's just not a song or concept that you would associate like with gun noises and shooting at all. I did really like some elements of the backing track though. They had some cool rhythm guitar stuff going on, some interesting bass parts, and they did do some interesting things in the vocals, especially on the singing end of things. I was a lot more impressed with that end of it than the rapping. They did have some pretty cool falsetto high parts as well as some nice like octave doubling sections, and also they did a good job using like some higher voices contrasted with some lower voices in the harmonies. But overall, if you just look at this song itself in a vacuum, I couldn't really tell what this group offers, and it just wasn't that impressive how it presented the group to us musically. One thing I did get from it though is that they definitely seem younger, and I don't know if they're actually like a lot younger or they're just marketing towards that sort of age group. I think the stuff they're doing is like drastically younger sounding than Big Bang, which is to be expected, but I think they're really emphasizing that sort of difference between those 2 groups, and definitely giving this group a sort of clear target area, which is really interesting because musically they didn't really tell us what they're capable of or what they're going to do, but it does seem to be really clear like what kind of age group they're trying to appeal to. So next we move along to Airplane, which is actually very, very similar in a lot of ways to My Type, but I thought it was a lot better. I enjoyed it a lot more. There were a lot more interesting singing parts, and also I think the raps were a lot better. They definitely got me interested more than My Type. And again, a lot of the things I was just saying apply to this song as well. It's kind of a sleepy, low-energy rap ballad type of thing, but this song seems to have a lot more emotional content in it as well, and maybe that's why it was more interesting, because they connected with it more. And the other thing is that all that stuff I was talking about before, about them not quite having like a clear group musical direction or not really showing us what they can do, when you follow up a song like that with another very, very similar song, now it's become a trend. And maybe this is the type of music that this group wants to do. You know, it's a little bit more ambiguous, very relaxed, kind of sleepy, you know, just like really chill, down-tempo rap songs that aren't really pushing in like any specific direction. You know, it's just a little more middle of the road, and there's not any extreme like defined concept or defined sound that they're really pushing towards. So now that we've seen 2 songs in a row like that, it makes more sense. I think we can draw some conclusions and figure out that this might be the musical style that this group is actually going for, and just kind of keeping their options open rather than committing to like one very defined thing. And I think it is important to establish yourself on the debut because, as we all know, first impressions are extremely important, definitely in the music world, but it is a really interesting strategy that they're going for some more like low energy stuff that doesn't really make them stand out in any particular way as their debut essentially. So we'll have to see how that shapes up, and it's definitely something a little bit different. And then moving on to the 3rd song, we've got Rhythm Ta, I think is how you say it. And in this one, they definitely took the intensity level a lot higher than the two sort of sleepy rap songs they did previously, and we do get to hear a lot more of the sort of character and uniqueness that this group can bring. I thought the music video was pretty cool looking, and I did appreciate the Chicago Bulls style jerseys that they were wearing, and they weren't fooling anyone. That's definitely what they were going for, because then later in the music video they were wearing actual Chicago Bulls jerseys. So that was cool to see, because I'm from close to Chicago and I'm a huge Bulls fan. The song itself, I wasn't a very big fan of the backing track. There just wasn't anything super interesting or innovative about it, but on the other hand, I really enjoyed the vocal elements of the song, especially those really low vocal doubles where they did like an octave lower. Those were really cool, and I did really like the raps. 2 or 3 of these members have a really musical, rhythmic flow. Their delivery was really interesting, and then the guys who are handling more of the singing end of things had some really cool leads with some really nice tight harmonies, even though they were kind of short, but they were definitely there even though it wasn't a lot. So it was really nice in this song to hear more of their unique vocals, the rapping and the singing, and I thought a lot more of their personality and uniqueness was on display in this song than in the other two. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I really want to hear from you guys which one of these 3 songs was your favorite and why, and if it was a strong debut strategy. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you could share this video all over the place, Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, forums, all that stuff really helps me out, and I'll see you guys next time.